just wanted to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
My name is Krista. I was Anthony's friend and roommate. This is my cat, Charlie. I don't think he'll stay here for very long, but he was buddies with Anthony. He loved all, here he goes. He loved all my animals very much. Anthony was a great friend, roommate. I had a blast with him at Disneyland. I told him I didn't have a lot of money to go, but he really just wanted someone to go with him, so we both love Disney, so he asked me to go, and I went with him, and it was a lot of fun. Anthony was very opinionated. He wasn't afraid to tell you what he thought, but he was really just a great friend, and our house is quiet without him. I miss him every night. The dog looks for him. Even the cat right here misses him. And we'd give anything to have him back, but I'm glad he's at peace now. God rest his soul.
Thank you for tuning in to our special Thanksgiving episode of Everything Sparkle. We dedicate this episode to Anthony Piseno, and here to discuss the events are his good friend, Michael S. Rodriguez.
Well, thank you for having a fat turkey like me on for Thanksgiving. Yes, we're here to celebrate Anthony as an artist, as a director, as a writer, as a creator. He passed not too long ago, unfortunately, but we had the pleasure of knowing him. We had the pleasure of working with him. We had the pleasure of learning together with him. I met Anthony a few years ago at a mixer here in the area for the Fresno Film Alliance, and we hit it off right off the bat. We both have an awkwardness and a love for films. And Sparkle happened to work with him first, and let's talk about that.
Yes, we met the same way, and at a mixer, and then months later he remembered and then reached out to me, and from there it's been, what, 4 films, the TV series, and 2 episodes of Everything Sparkle. And the TV series was your idea.
Yes.
Why did you pick Anthony for that?
You know, Anthony, what I liked about Anthony is he had this, it's what a lot of filmmakers have, and it's almost like being a kid in a candy store, and I seen that with him when I was helping out with Pray by Night, a film that we're going to be featuring soon. And I said, you know what, this is the kind of guy that has that kind of oomph that I want to bring on board and make something happen with. So I approached him and I said, Anthony, do you want to be part of something like a Twilight Zone or a Tales from the Crypt? And it was like his dream to be involved in something like that. So, you know, it was very exciting. The first season we did was just, it was fun to do. I let him direct all the wraparounds with you. And it was just, you know, it was an amazing experience. You know, if we do continue a second season, it's just going to be very odd not having him around for that. But I know that he'll be there in spirit. And I know that he'll be smiling that, you know, we're still doing the things that he loved to do here.
And what I love about how we did everything is that, you know, a lot of times you become a director and you don't want to go from being a director to being an AD or going back to doing that, you're taking stills sort of thing. That's usually like, you know, once you've graduated to being like a director, you don't want to go back to doing all the gritty work. But you guys, whenever you had a film, you supported each other in whatever way. So when we did Day of the Pigs, he did the photography and everything back the scene. And then when we did Pray by Night, you did behind the scenes stuff as well, because you guys support each other like that as filmmakers.
Yeah, that's correct. You know, it's funny because when we talk about losing Anthony, it's not only is it like in a communal sense, but it's in a sense that you lose somebody that shares the same kind of wavelength and the same kind of thought patterns. You know, like a brother, like a family member. It's always interesting that to meet people like that, like I said, in society, some way they don't quite fit in, but they kind of can speak your language. You know, I've been able to sit with artistic people that normally don't talk too much, and we could chat away. And then sometimes I can be really, you know, stuttery in front of people, you know, that I shouldn't be stuttering in front of, you know. But Anthony was, I always felt right at home speaking with him about, you know, films and making movies. And one thing I always respected about Anthony, you know, and I probably should have let him know this more, but, you know, there's a lot of people out there, I've been doing this a while, and, you know, there's a lot of people that talk this game about, you know, oh, big things, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, and this. But, you know, Anthony, for the short time that he was making films, and, you know, what we're talking about, maybe close to 3 years, you know, because I've been doing it like over 10, but, you know, he got involved after he graduated from college. And so he was still new to the game, but he was very prolific, and he was always moving, and he wasn't just talking, he was walking the walk. And that was something I always respected about him, because he would go out there and, you know, even up until before he got sick, he just finished Jill the Ripper, you know, that was on YouTube for a contest. So, you know, he was, you know, he wasn't just talking about doing things, you know, he wasn't just talking about, you know, bursting the bubble and getting to where he wanted to get in the genre of horror or even entertainment. He was doing it, you know, and, you know, and I respect that, you know, and I respect people that do things like that, and, you know, and have the gusto to do it. And he did.
Well said. So we are going to watch Pray by Night. It's the last film that I actually was involved in that Anthony directed in 2020. Here we go.
You're inventive with the colors you use. Does it help?
I can focus on stuff.
How about when coping?
I don't know.
Do you miss Dominic?
Have you ever had salt and vinegar chips? The potato chips. I always like them at first. Can't get enough, really. But by the 10th one, you build this bad taste in your mouth and can't eat anymore. It was like that with Dom. I loved him, but he eventually gave me a bad taste. And that doesn't mean I could quit loving him, because like the chips, the beginning was awesome. I wanted that back.
Sometimes we stay with people in hopes they change.
He died before he can change.
Tell me about that night.
Again?
You haven't told me, and part of your therapy is to get you through it.
I didn't? Guess I told it so much to cops, family, friends. It's a lot.
It's okay. Take your time.
I was fighting with Dom, like always. He was supposed to pick me up after class.
He scared me.
Why are you over here? I was waiting for you at the other parking lot.
I guess I got confused. Sorry.
Confused? Really? Let's go.
I told you you didn't have to.
Why, so I can hear you complain?
I thought I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, you never do. If you did, I would have to deal with this over and over again. Let's go.
You're hurting my arm.
So what? Don't piss me off. I wouldn't treat you like this. Can you hurry up? Come on.
Do you know what it was?
A wolf.
What did the police say?
No reports of a zoo missing a wolf, so what were they supposed to think? I look stupid.
You saw what you saw.
Do you believe me?
Do you believe yourself?
I believe my eyes. I wanted a better relationship with Dom. I wasn't going to get that by killing him.
That's not what I suggested.
Then what?
Traumatic events can provoke the imagination.
What about the dreams?
Dreams?
They've been the worst part.
Tell me about your mother.
Mom?
Yes.
It's been difficult. It doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest, what happened.
How so? Nancy.
When I found her, it reminded me what happened to Dom.
Why do you assume it was a wolf?
What else could have done that? Are you accusing me again?
I'm merely suggesting an alternative like I did with Dominic.
Yeah, well, it was the same, and the police came to the similar conclusion.
You gonna be okay, kiddo? Look, we called your aunt, and she's on her way. You need anything, I'm here to help.
Baby, how are you feeling?
That was an awful dream.
I don't know if it's because I blame myself for her death.
Don't overanalyze. Dreams can be complicated. What was your relationship like with your mother?
I don't know. Normal. Not really. She was always encouraging me to be with Dom, even at the worst times.
Seriously? Do you always have to be up my ass?
But I told you. And you didn't have to. You could have stayed out.
Yeah, right. And have you guilt tripped me all next week because I didn't come see you? Look, it's not my fault if I have a life outside of
I
it.
don't care. Go out and hang out with your damn friends.
Don't yell at me!
Hi, guys. What are you all up to?
Not much. I was just leaving. Hi, Miss Thompson. You look great.
Thank you.
Well, bye. Talk to you later.
Goodbye. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
What are you all fighting about anyway? I heard it. You know, he's a good boy, and men need someone that will tend to their needs. I hope you understand.
I know, Mom. But sometimes he walks over me. It's like he doesn't care about me. I agree with Dr. Price.
Hey, I didn't give your father the respect he deserved, and look where it left us.
Still got the house.
Don't be stupid, Nancy. If you don't give him what he wants, then he just might leave. After all, that's what happened with your father. Anyway, you need to quit listening to your teacher. She's filling your head with nonsense.
Maybe that's why I stayed with him, to make her happy.
It's certainly not unlikely. Tell me about your professor.
Dr. Price?
You two close?
Yeah, I visited her office a lot, especially when Mom made me frustrated.
It's hard to handle the rigorous social norms within your own family. If you care about the environment, you can carpool, use public transportation, stop using paper plates and straws. But how does one stop instill depression?
By ignoring it?
Well, that's certainly a method.
Depending on where I go for my graduates can definitely give me a way out.
That may be your best bet. Be part of a generation that revolutionizes the world.
Did you often share personal subjects?
I did. Why?
Well, what came from it?
What do you mean?
Well, you're speaking in past tense.
You have to continue your education, Nancy. It would be a massive waste if you didn't. I cannot stress this enough.
It's not that I don't want to. I just have things I need to take care of.
It's Dominic, isn't it?
What?
You can't allow people to hold you back.
He's not people. He's my boyfriend, and what business is it of yours?
I've helped you write letters, given you recommendations. I've put in extra time that I didn't have to.
And I appreciate it, but I don't owe you anything. This is my life.
It is, and can be more if you take advantage of the opportunities given to you.
I can't do this.
I never thought I'd see you carrying one of those.
Church helps.
We're gonna see oppression win.
Don't be dramatic. Being around people is a good thing. Maybe you wouldn't be a lonely spinster woman.
Shit. Nancy, I'm so sorry.
I haven't seen her since. But after that, everything started.
Are you suggesting the fate of Dominic and Emma had something to do with Price?
I don't know. Okay, all I know is a wolf killed my mother and my boyfriend, and no one believes me. Price, she was upset, and she's always seen them as a problem. It's crazy. Yeah, I know, but I don't know what else to say.
We can end today's session there.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in, Nancy. She forgot this. I'm sorry, we're closed. We only take appointments.
I'm not here for an appointment.
Can I help you?
Sort of.
Dr. Brooks?
Nancy, it doesn't have to be this way. I freed you from all those incompetent people, those leeches you call your family, your friends.
What are you?
It doesn't matter. It freed me, and it will free you.
You're a murderer.
I did what I had to.
You had to kill everyone I loved.
To sustain the future? Yes.
You're delusional.
I can only hold out for so long. If you don't want to join me, I'll force you.
Excuse me, ma'am, you okay? Ma'am. Let me see those hands. Slowly. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Anthony, I will be forever heartbroken that you are not here anymore. Anthony was one of the first people in my life to allow me to live out my dream. In return, he was able to direct and produce movies, short films. That's how our relationship started. And I'm so forever thankful and grateful and appreciative for that. Anthony was a very kind man. He always listened and took in things that you said. He was quiet, but once you got to know him, he wasn't quiet anymore. I really don't know what we're going to do without him. My heart will always have a missing piece because Anthony is not here. To never to be able to work with him again is heartbreaking. That man was brilliant. He had a mind of a genius when it came to filming. He really did. He thought out of the box. He would sometimes get frustrated because he would think out of the box a little bit too much. But you know what? He always did it. He always did it. And I would tell him, see, I'm so proud of you. And he'd be like, Nikki, you're just always positive. You just always say the right things to me. And I told him, no, it's just true. I am very lucky and blessed to have known you, Anthony. And I'm going to miss you so much.
Anthony Piseno. Man, was this a shock to us all. You were doing so well. And God just took you too soon from us. The conversations we were having, the connections we had, the projects that we were looking forward to do, we were all excited to work together. And especially a contagious smile of yours, the laugh that you had, lit up the room. I'll never forget it, man. I was blessed to meet you. I was blessed to hang out with you. I wish we had more time together, more memories to make. But the time that I had, I'm truly honored and blessed to have met you. May you rest in peace, brother, and until we meet again, God bless your soul.
It Calls. You remember when that came out? That's like when you guys started becoming buddies.
Yeah. I wasn't quite involved in that one, but I know that it did very well at the Germ here in Fresno, right? It won the competition, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that was the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that one of Anthony's projects won, and he brought me on as a producer, and we actually shot that at my private Christian elementary school. And yeah, I mean, I'm responsible for all of that because I did not, I think, explain that it was going to be a horror film, but it's not that bad.
No, it isn't a very, it's not, what can I say?
It's not the guts and gore like some of these other ones.
Right, it's not,
we have more of that coming up, but it's not this one.
That's right, it's not gratuitous and gore, it's more of a very, it's got a little spiritual sense to it, it's got a little, existential kind of feeling about it.
And we loved philosophy, so I love that he brought that into these, and now it's like a lot of it's kind of left up to our imaginations.
Yes, I agree. So let's check that one out.
Let's check it out.
Class is great, guys. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey, ready?
Macy, I just finished class.
And?
And I'm not going out like this.
Come on, guys, like the hot teacher.
Miss Jones?
Alice, what's up?
I forgot to ask about that paper. My dad had an accident at the lab and he couldn't see for like weeks. It was really tough for him.
Oh, I understand. That'll be fine.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Spending so little time on Heidegger would not make a good paper.
Right. I'll get that to you next week.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, Macy.
We going out or what?
I told you I'm not in the proper attire.
Proper attire. Come on, Miss Jones, you look great.
Fine, fine.
Miss Jones, you should come see what's outside. It's beautiful.
Are you on something?
Seriously, you're looking pretty burnt out.
Come see it too. Let's go. Go. Let's go outside. Come on.
What the hell?
It's terrifying. It's like something beautiful. You should see it. What? You should. No, I don't want to. He wants you to. I don't want to. See it. He wants you to. You should. I said no. It's beautiful. I promise. It is.
Okay?
Yeah. What's happening?
I don't know. But some look dead, and others don't.
I guess some have been lucky.
The dead ones might be the lucky ones.
What did you do to him?
Kicked his ass, duh. Now, what happened to my friend? Some student just ran off with her.
Lucky.
I am Christy. I was Anthony's roommate along with Krista. And this sad dog over here is my dog Vinny, who misses Anthony very much. Anthony just treated him like such a special dog. And he's been really, really sad since he's been gone. But I remember all the times he used to take Vinny out on the weekends. I'd be working early at 6 a.m. and if he wasn't up, he would run to Anthony's room and whine and whimper until Anthony got up. And then Anthony would get up and take him out for a walk. And that was their weekend routine. And it was so funny because I'd hear all the stories of them going for a walk, and it was so cute. I miss Anthony very much. He was a wonderful person, and he's going to be well missed. He had great vision and had a great heart. So Anthony, we miss you very, very much.
Well, this is a sad time. The filmmaking community lost a talented person in Anthony. I was invited by him to see one of his films, and I watched it, got to meet him. Very, very nice guy. And I actually liked seeing his films progress. He got better and better as he went on. The film community did lose a very big talent, but the world lost a great human being. Him and I stayed in touch with each other a lot on Facebook. We had a lot in common. He was a pretty stand-up guy. So prayers to him, his family, his friends, and the loss to this community. I knew Anthony as a Christian, so I know I can rejoice knowing he is with our Lord. So everybody just pray for his family, and God bless you guys.
Justice for Adam, you were there when it premiered at the college at Fresno State.
That's right. That's right. We had a lineup of short films, and Anthony was gracious enough to say, like, Mike, do you want to be part of this, you know, this block of films, you know? And that was something about Anthony that that I really, really dug about him is the fact is that, you know, he had the same goal. Well, he had, you know, the goal is always just to work together, everybody in this community to work together and to boost one another up. You know what I mean? And it's just always going to make us better and stronger as filmmakers. And, you know, Anthony, I remember him reaching out and saying, do you want to be part of this, you know, short film block, you know? And he got other people involved. I think Aaron Albright, you know, and he got other filmmakers in the area that are really talented, and he got them all together, and that was a great thing. And Anthony, you know, he helped make that happen. He orchestrated that to happen.
And that's what he was kind of new-ish. He wasn't really doing any. That was, I think, one of his debut movies, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you know, even at that point, in his the beginning of his career to do these things, he was already, you know, selfless in that fact. You know, I mean, you don't see that too often. I work a little closer to LA, so I know how it can be, you know. But Anthony was very gracious, and we got to watch. That was the finale movie, was Justice for Adam.
And Trisha Minty did the score.
Yes, yes.
And all of the monster noises were actually my own monster noises.
You did like an ADR monster noise?
Yeah, I did the ADR monster noises. So they said, go more monster. And so I tried to bring it.
Oh, yeah. There's a scene in this movie. I think it's your reveal. I'm not going to say too much, but it is creepy. But, you know, for a beautiful woman like you, you did a pretty good creep job.
What's funny is that people didn't know that was me.
Really?
They thought there was like, well, you guys will have to see for yourselves.
Yeah, we don't spoil. Yeah, we won't spoil it.
You'll have to take a look at it for yourselves.
Welcome back to KXAN 26. We continue our top story, where a missing student from Fresno is now stretching into its second week. College student Adam Bell was last seen attending a fraternity party and has not been seen since. For more on this story, we have our own Charles Band live on the scene at the fraternity house where Adam was last seen. Charles?
How was he? Tell me.
You know what happened, and he was fun.
Fun? Come on now, don't be such an enigma.
I'm just not comfortable, that's all.
Well, eventually, I'm gonna get it out of you, so can you please just save me the effort?
Manipulator. He was bland, to be honest.
Really?
Maybe I'm just getting bored.
Maybe. Eventually, everybody gets bored.
Should I stop?
You know you can't stop.
Thanks for the confidence.
Oh, did you see this?
His family cares, that's good.
Sarah, aren't you worried? You were there at the party. All eyes are going to be looking at you.
So what?
You know, you were talking about being bored, so maybe this is a good time to move on.
True. You're worried.
I don't know. There's always that question of what if. Motivation in the right mind can be scary. It can be something we're thinking about. Something at least worth a what if.
Right, but don't you think you're being just a little...
Are you expecting someone?
Why wouldn't they just use the doorbell?
Are you?
No! I don't see anything.
They're probably hiding. Check the window.
Nothing. So?
Why? I know what you did.
Like I said, motivation.
It'll all be over soon. What's that? One, two, three. Can you feel it yet? I don't like this mess, so I laced my neck just in case. When I think about Anthony, there will always be
two things that really stick out to me about his personality. First is how much passion he had for his work. So much that as a director, he would literally show the blocking to actors again and again and again and again until they got it right. And that was the first film that I ever worked with him on, that I saw him do that. And he was just so passionate about the film and how it was done, and it came out really great, in my opinion. It came out fantastic, and it wouldn't have if it wasn't for him wanting to do that. The second thing would be how much he believed in people. He was the first director to ever ask me to be on any of his films in a pivotal role, and I will always remember that, and that will always hold a special place in my heart for him because of that, because he was the first person to believe in me like he believed in so many other people. He believed in people's talents, he believed in people's skills, and that just made him such a bright soul, and he will always, always hold a special place in my heart, and the world is going to miss him. Rest in peace, Anthony.
You first moved into our neighborhood 2 doors down in May of 1999. We became friends instantly. I saw you walking through the school wearing wrestling shirts all the time, and I just had to run down and talk to you about a wrestling pay-per-view one day. And we were friends ever since. In 2001, you worked at the McDonald's and Walmart, and you found this little half-frozen, almost dead kitten on the ground. You brought him over to stay with me and to help nurse him back to health, and I had him for almost 18 years. I miss him as much as I miss you, almost. In 2002, we moved to Arizona. Had a lot of good times, had a lot of hard times. I don't think I would have made it without you. You basically came to keep me company, or you told me once that you came just because you promised to, and we ended up having a lot of good times. We went to Disneyland for a grad night, and the night was ending. It was almost 6 o'clock in the morning. They were all loading the buses and telling people to get on the last rides or to collect their stuff and go. And I remember you were so pissed off because you wanted to get to the bus on time. You wanted to get the bus on time. And I wanted to ride one last ride. So there we are standing in line for Space Mountain. And you had never been on it before, and you didn't know if you wanted to or not. And then we hear over the loudspeaker, they're calling the students from Roosevelt to meet for your bus. Your bus is leaving now. And you wanted to turn around so bad. But I made you stay in line, and we rode the ride together. We ended up being 25 minutes late for that bus. The teachers were pissed. It's funny, you were always the artistic one of the two of us. I took a drafting class because you were in the class, and I just thought we could mess around and have a good time. 20 years later, I'm a professional draftsman. Thank you. I never would have been a real big wrestling fan without you. We watched a lot of wrestling. The first day we met, we just sat down and watched a pay-per-view there in your living room. You and your brother used to wrestle out in front. I always wanted to be a referee because I got to referee the matches between you two. Out in the front yard, we used to play football. We used to do wrestling. It was really good times. I used to spend so many nights at your house just because I didn't want to be home anymore. Your mom took me in. She treated me like she was one of her own. She used to make us our own separate meals if we didn't want what she was making. She'd make you hamburgers and me Mexican food and make your brother something else. I had never seen that. She's so incredibly kind. Every time I saw or heard of a new movie, the first person I thought of was you. I said, wonder what Anthony would think of this. Or I would text you and ask you what you thought of the movie, and usually you said they sucked if I liked them. It was funny. We saw all 3 of the new Star Warses together. I can't believe how much you hated Episode 1. I never thought it was that bad. You made me see all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies. I had absolutely no interest in them at all. You made me go to that giant movie theater in Arizona. It was the biggest movie theater in all of Arizona. They said biggest theater. We talked a lot about what we would be like when we were parents. You really loved your dad, and you had just lost him right before we met. And I always thought you would be a really good dad. You would be real strict and forward. Often I think back to conversations we had and some of the things I still do as a parent. And I was like, man, Anthony would have said this or Anthony would have done that. It's hard thinking about you not being here.
So Worthy, you know what's crazy and a little bit trippy about this one is that this is the one that we shot at a cemetery, and it starts with me dying. Sorry, spoiler alert, you're going to see in a few minutes that it starts with my death. And so there was so much, you know, when he passed away, it really stuck with me because we spent hours at a cemetery. And initially we spent hours scouting cemeteries. And then, you know, we would talk about, you know, what life did they have when we went down the row of gravestones. And so there's a lot of elements where it's like, now I'm becoming like one of the characters in this movie, trying to figure out why this is happening. What do you think of Worthy?
I thought Worthy was a great film. I thought it was very moving. Like I said, it wasn't quite horror. It was very, it had a sentimental feel to it. It definitely leaves you thinking, and that's what Anthony always liked, you know, is to kind of keep you guessing in a way. But it's a very melancholy piece, and it just shows the range that Anthony had to go from, like, you know, scary werewolf stuff, and then demon monster, and then, you know, and then he goes into this kind of sad ghost story, you know.
Right, and this was after It Calls. Like, this was kind of, I think, when he was still in the mode of doing more existential, like, why are we here? What's the afterlife about? And it's very interesting. I mean, now to think of the dynamic that he was always searching and always wondering about, you know, what was next.
Yeah.
So
enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Be safe, Aspen. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I miss her too.
It's not the same. You weren't the same. We weren't the same as Paige and I. So don't pretend.
That's not what I was trying.
I know exactly what you were trying to do. Look, I appreciate your help, but you could never possibly understand what Paige meant to me.
What was it between you two? Were you intimate or something?
I was close to someone. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. You know what? I'm done with this.
That's not what I meant. Aspen.
You're there? Why? I needed her. I know you're worried, but I wanted to tell you. I'm fine now. I'm home. With Paige.
It's very hard to find somebody like Anthony. And, you know, one thing he used to always say, you know, I'm gonna, you know, if I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna bring my friends with me. And he was always very inclusive of others instead of being just for himself. He was very talented and very creative. He's very passionate about what he did. He was a lot of fun to talk to. Obviously about movies. So it was really nice to get to know Anthony the time that I was able to. Yeah, Anthony will be missed. So.
Hey everybody, Ron Pella here, comedian actor, and I just wanted to give a few words about our dear friend, filmmaker Anthony Piseno. Well, first of all, he never was a man of many words around me. I'm not too sure what. He was pretty quiet, kind of laid back, cool, calm, and collective. But anywho, I remember a fun fact about Anthony. I was on the Everything Sparkle show one time, and we were talking about Justice for Adam and talking about the French fry girl, because that was my favorite scene of the movie. And after the TV show had aired at a later event, Anthony had came back to me and said, "Hey, you were talking about my movie." And I said, "No, we just were talking about the French fry girl, because that was our favorite scene. 1, ah, 2, ah, 3, ah. You will be missed, my friend. Rest in peace."
Well, thank you, Michael, for watching all these movies with me. I don't know if you noticed, but this was a dress from It Calls.
Yes, yes. I notice everything on you, but yes. Yes. The getting out of the car scene, you can't forget that scene.
Yeah, we used my car for that too.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, independent filmmaking, you know, and, you know, like I said, Anthony leaves behind a legacy of films that are, you know, that are going to be here longer than we are, you know, and we are going to have memories with him, about him, as long as we're going to be around. So.
And I'd love for this just to be kind of like the beginning, that we'll do another episode like this with his other features, his other shorts that were coming out that we didn't necessarily have the rights to put on here today, because they're doing the circuit of short films. So I would love to have, you know, a year later sit down with you and we could watch some new movies of Anthony's.
That's right. That's right.
So stay tuned for more. It's not over. Thank you for watching our special Thanksgiving episode. We are going to end this episode with some special moments of Anthony.
Children, they're all sleeping. I can't even close my eyes, and I can barely breathe in through the smoke and the fire and the cries. People, they're all dying one by one. And the killer claims he was numb. Yeah, the killer claims he was numb. Oh, people, can you hear me? Are you trying to listen? Oh, I'm begging you now. Yeah, people, I'm down on my knees, begging, please, oh please, could you learn to love again? Oh, and Lord knows what happened to the man with a broken heart. Do you hear him crying? People, can you hear them? Are you willing to listen? Oh, I'm begging you now. People, I'm down on my knees, begging, please, oh please, could you learn to love again? They're all dying. Do you see that? We are killing so slowly, and people no longer accepting the world, it is ending, 'cause we've become our own weapon now. Learn to love again. Could you learn to love again? Could you learn to love again?
How do you go to Vail TV? Come on, Anthony.
When you go to Vail TV, at the very top, it's
At the website.
It's the month premiere is Strange Files. And when you click on that, there should be 3 files, a promo, episode 1 and episode 2. And when you click on the episode, you wait a little bit because it takes a little while to load, and then it'll take you to the video.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls, 'cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Smother the blues with tenderness. Days gone by. There's room for you, room for me, for gentle hearts and opportunity. As days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
Summertime, it felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh I must confess dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.